Welcome to my Wednesday evening edition of P9TravelVlogs live stream. Thank y'all for tuning in, or at least waiting for some people to come in here. I just started the live, so waiting for some people to come into the live stream. Waiting for some people to show up. Got one like so far. We have one like so far in the building. So thanks for whoever it is that tapped the like button. Thanks for tuning in. And as more people come in, make sure you hit the like button. We're going to get into some things today. Not a whole lot. It's not really much of an update that I have right now. Oh, I did post a community post. I have a poll, a new poll up for the community post. So you guys go check that out. Go check out that community post. I would greatly appreciate it if you do. Check out the community post, cast your vote. April will be, I have a week of traveling, so I'll be able to get some content, a lot of content for travel purposes, of course, the usual. So, if you happen to be on the channel, and yeah, go check out the poll. Also, if you're new to this channel, if you're in this live stream right now, and if you just so happen to be scrolling, and you come across my live stream, first and foremost, thanks a lot. Thank you. I appreciate you for being here. But if you can, go check out the content on my channel. I do travel vlogging on my channel. The name of my channel is P9TravelVlogs. I'm the host, P9. So yeah, go check out the content. I do vlogging in different cities, states, landmarks, parks, you name it. And I provide commentary as I record, catch the vibes of the area, the scenery, all that good stuff, and also get some history. So yeah, if you are interested, go check out the content and support the channel by subscribing and making sure you hit that notification bell. Very important. If you subscribe, if you hit that bell and you select all, that way every time I go live or every time I drop a new vlog, you guys will get it, and it'll pop up on your phone or whatever device you're using. So yeah, I appreciate everybody who's in here right now. Might not be a lot right now, but we'll have some more people come in as time goes on. Appreciate everybody for coming into the live right now. And yeah. So basically the way my day's been going today, it's been going pretty good today. I got a workout in. I worked out about a couple hours ago. Did lower body. For those that's working out, by the way, make sure you don't skip leg day. Do not skip leg day. We want to be, we want to be buff and tone and cut upper body wise as men, but we definitely gotta get them legs. You gotta hit them legs. You can't skip leg day. But anyway, that's what I worked out today. I did lower body, and my lower body feels like straight up jelly right now. Like I did, yeah, I went crazy in the gym today, but it's all worth it at the end. It's all worth it at the end. So yeah. What's up, Braxton? Man, it's been a minute, brother. How you been? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you missed the last stream. Yeah, it's all good. It's all good, man. My boy Sea Life in the building. Yeah, I put in that pain. Did lower body. So yeah, yeah, man. Made sure I did that. Yo, what's up, homie, man? Can't say it's just been horror. It's just been horror. What's that? But yeah, yeah, I've been, hey, like I said, see life. I gotta get, I'm gonna make sure I stay consistent. I'm gonna make sure I stay consistent, and I'm gonna stick to it this time. Cause I said that before, and I fell off the wagon real quick. But I'm gonna be consistent this time. I'm hitting the gym like on a regular, or working out on the regular. Working out. Even if I don't go to the gym, like let's say I'm out traveling, for instance, I'm out traveling. I'm gonna find a way to, I'm gonna do what you do. I'm probably, if I'm outdoors and I see one of those, I just go and just go see one of those chin up bars or something like that, or go somewhere in some open space. I just break out and do some push ups or something. Yeah, man, for sure. Yeah, bro, low key brawl it. Y'all don't play with the nine, for sure, for sure, for sure. Yeah, absolutely. See, like, wow, I'm sorry to hear that, Braxton. What's going, like, man? Hopefully things get better for you. Hopefully things get better for you, bro. Praying that things get better. We all, like, we sometimes we hit those low points in our life, but we'll get through it. Prayer and just keeping your head up, and not giving up, and just just try to weed out all the negativity, as much as you possibly can. And we got a troll in here. Ain't nothing cap about me. Yep, cap that. Appreciate that, Braxton. Appreciate it, Braxton. Yeah, make sure y'all smash the like button. By the way, La, thanks for tuning in. What's going on with you? How everything going, La? Oh, you good, Braxton. You good. You good. I appreciate it regardless, man. I appreciate you regardless. I'm gonna be honest with you, Braxton. I really just started going live earlier this week. I just started going back live, I should say. I haven't really been consistent with the live streaming. Um, like I bet I fell off big time. Like at the beginning of this month and most of you know last month. But I'm back at it. Say hello from Brazil. Okay, shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. Shout out to Brazil. That's good to get. It's good to get some international folk in here. Head in the bed, just a flyby. Last minute workings. Okay. All right. All right, La. Okay, I see you. I'm gonna push you, fam. Yeah. Sometimes that's what we need. Sometimes that's what we need, brother. For sure. Yeah, man. But yeah, like, yeah, man. I was just on Corey's live not too long ago. On Corey's live, and watched her live. Now I got so many. I done got motivated to do more traveling. You know, do more traveling. especially with. I mean, I'm gonna do some stuff. You know, I'm gonna do some stuff this year and next year, but over at least 2 years, within a 2 year time frame, I'm just gonna, stack up my chips as much as possible and just go crazy, and just go do like take a couple weeks off from work and just go and just do crazy traveling, YOLO, you know what I'm saying? YOLO. But I appreciate everybody who's tuned in right now. We got 5 likes so far. So as you guys come into the building, aka this live stream, make sure you hit the like button. I'd appreciate it. Double tap of the screen or a single click of the mouse, depending on what device you're using. Now, how's the weather where you guys is at? Are you guys still experiencing super cold weather? I'm pretty sure the answer is yes, unless you're like in Arizona or if you're overseas, like in Thailand or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Yeah, it's cold out there, man. It's cold outside, for real. Freezing. We still have like below like 20-degree weather at night. Who's this? Am I pronouncing this right? Is it Mateo? Mateo. But welcome to the live, and yeah, say it's cold where you are. Where are you? You here in the States? Lucy, welcome to the live, Lucy. Hello, X. Who's X? I have no idea who you're referring to. Said X. Oh, Manchester, England. Yeah, yep. I can imagine it being cold out there for sure. Shout out to Manchester. Shout out to the UK. Yeah, I gotta. It's good to have my overseas people stop by and show some love to the channel. Hey, y'all watch. You guys watch the NFL? Do y'all watch the NFL real heavy over there? I mean, I know, of course, football as far as soccer, what we call soccer over here, y'all call it football over there. Um, you know, I know, but as far as American football, like NFL, y'all watch that over there. X means love from England. X. Oh, okay, okay, that's what that means. Okay, okay. Much love to you as well. Much love to you guys out there in England. Oh, okay, not on normal TV. I see. I see. Because I was going to ask you if you were going to watch. I was going to ask you were you planning on watching the Super Bowl. I don't even know if I want to watch the Super Bowl this year. I usually watch the Super Bowl every year, but I don't know. I'm not, for some reason I'm just not that psyched out, or I'm not that pumped up about it, about the Super Bowl this year for whatever reason. Maybe because I don't particularly care about either team. But as long as somebody other than Kansas City's in the Super Bowl, then I'm okay with it. But it's just, I don't know. Super Bowl just don't really have a flair that it used to be, like it used to have. Like I'm just, it's just, and don't even get me started on the halftime show. I don't even get me started. I don't even like the halftime show. Who they got performing? Like that alone is just like, it's enough to make me not really crazy about watching it. It's like I just be like, look, whoever wins the game, and I'll hear about it, later that day or that evening who won. You can't help but hear about it, from your phone. You get notification. I'll just do it like that because I ain't really tripping about watching it. Not that I said, Avery, you right about that. It doesn't seem as big anymore. Yeah, you absolutely right. I just like it's just like nowadays when like sports, I don't really watch the big sporting events as much as I used to. Now I did watch the college football championship game. That was a good game in between Indiana and Miami. Now that was a good game. That was actually a good game, but Indiana pulled it off. I've never thought in a million years the Indiana football team would actually win a championship. That was a good game, but what's up, James? Welcome to the live. Appreciate you for tuning in. I'm doing very well. How about yourself? They'll never beat MJ halftime show. Exactly, man. MJ performed. Michael Jackson, he performed the halftime show. I don't think anybody could top that. I don't think anybody could top that. I don't know what I accidentally tapped something. I don't know what I just tapped. Prince was a good Super Bowl performance too. When Prince performed, that was really dope. He literally performed in the rain. That was cool. You know the feeling when you want to. Yeah, I don't know what you talking about. That's crazy. I'm not even gonna entertain that. It's because people are waking up not as much as NPC. What's NPC? Doing okay. Got off work about 2 hours ago. Okay. Okay, cool, cool. That's what's up. That's what's up. Prince of what country? Oh no, I'm talking about no, like Prince, the musician, the musician Prince, the Purple Rain Prince. Oh, Alabama's is cool. I mean, it's real cold out here now, James. But Alabama, aside from the cold weather, the freezing cold temperatures lately, it's been going pretty good. It's been going pretty good. Are you shushing me on my own stream, Jonathan? What up, GQ? What up, GQ? Welcome to the live. How things been going with you, bro? How everything been going with you? Long time. I don't know what you purple stamp. What are you talking about? Who was it? Gene Valjean. I have no idea what you're talking about. I'm not trying to be rude, but it's like, what are you referring to? That's not even a country. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. For those that's coming into the chat, do not spam the chat, please. I appreciate it. Do not spam the chat. You spam the chat, I'm gonna have to get you up out of here. Oh, okay, okay. NPCs, non-committed player, people in your background of life that have no soul. Yeah, I think I've heard people say, and I've heard a lot of people use that term, NPCs. Okay, okay, yeah. It's a lot of people like that walking around too. I could imagine James, Colorado being colder. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, Colorado. I know it's no joke out there. Man, please stay warm. I'm good, bro. Just been chilling. How's everything going? Everything been going very well. GQ, I appreciate you for asking. Everything been going very well. Just working, just living life as usual. Just been grinding, man. Just trying to stay, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to stay, grounded and grounded and just keeping it pushing, keeping it pushing. I don't know what a 10 bit is with whatever. I don't know what you're referring to, but sounds like an insult, and we're gonna put you in timeout. These trolls is in here today. I don't know. Well, they ain't here all the time, really. But they saying some of the weirdest stuff. Wait, so you travel a lot? I'm guessing from your YouTube travel channel name. Yeah, Avery, I do a lot of traveling. Well, when I can, I go travel different places. I go to travel to different cities, states, and just record, vlog, do commentary, get the vibes of the city, get the history, the scenery, all that good stuff. So yeah, I have quite a bit of content. I've had this channel for almost 2 years now. So yeah, definitely whenever you get a chance, go check out the content. Yeah, it was 7 on Sunday night. Ooh, yeah. When it get to be single digit temperatures. So, are y'all getting any snow out there, James? Y'all getting any snow out there? Um, what are you talking about? These people were saying anything. Mr. Mark 210, give me back my son's bike. Yeah, you got the wrong person, my guy. You in the wrong channel for that. Yeah, yeah. No, can we talk about purple rain? That's only happens in a specific country, right? No, no. Gene, no, it's a musician by the name of Prince. He made a song called Purple Rain. He made a song. That's the name of a song. He made that song like about 40 years ago. Okay. Colorado had Sundance Festival, February. Oh shoot, that's what's up. That sounds pretty cool. That sounds pretty cool, James. I gotta look into that. I gotta look into that. The Sundance Festival. Tomorrow will be 52, warm for me. Yeah, I bet it is. I bet. Shoot, if any, like, look, I would be so happy if we get some temps in the 50s. That would be that's a compared to what we've been getting. That's a huge upgrade compared to what we have been getting lately. What's up, Sassy? Welcome to the live. I appreciate you for stopping by, and I appreciate that, Mary. Thank you, Mary, for stopping by. Rabbit of the Future says, "Where are you from?" I'm from Alabama. I'm from Alabama. Is he like the founder of the country? Yeah. Yeah, I'm just trying to, yeah. A lot of what you guys are talking about, I'm not understanding it. My son needs to go to school tomorrow. Yes, yeah. I would guess so. Tomorrow's a school day. Tomorrow's Thursday. Let me see. Let me go back up. What's up? What's up? One take. Prod by yeah, prod from yeah, prod from Sea Life chat. I remember you. Yeah. One take. One take from Sea Life of chat. I remember. What's going on? Welcome to the live stream. Thanks for tuning in. Oh yeah, Sassy. I'm from Alabama. Huntsville. Man, this is crazy. This is crazy. Everybody, people talking about a little bit of anything. Yeah, well, hey, James. Look, I'm honestly crazy as it is, sad to hate to say it, but yeah, it's a lot of that here in Alabama. It's a lot of that here. I'm just glad I ain't. I'm just glad I ain't part of it. I'm just glad I'm not. I don't. I don't. Nah. I don't get down. But there's a lot of that here in Alabama. I can't even lie. I can't even lie. It's gross. It's gross. Disgusting. James, oh, James ain't being funny. Yeah, the interwebs. Yeah, you're right about that. Interwebs is a funny place. Absolutely. Mr. Mark, where you from? So apparently, where you from? They don't steal bikes. Where you from? Because bike theft is universal. It's not just an exclusively. It's not a It's not a location exclusive thing. And I'm not part of that marrying cousin thing. I don't do that. I don't get down like that. Who's this? Who's this? Hi. I'm gonna say hi because I don't know how to pronounce the other part. But he said he looks chill. Yeah, I am. I'm a pretty chill dude. I am. I really am. I really am. Right, exactly, Sassy. Yo, he keep bringing up Sassy. Mr. Mark keep bringing up people marrying their cousins. I mean, it's pretty weird that you keep bringing that up, Mr. Mark. Okay, you're not American, so okay. Okay, cool. Well, where are you from? If you're not American, where are you from? Prod says Sassy just called her Mrs. Mark or Miss Mark. Dang, that's crazy, man. That is crazy. Appreciate the super chat, Avery. Appreciate that. That's really dope for you to do that. W Avery. W Avery for the $20 super chat. Not a real Alabamian unless you married your cousin. Yikes. Yeah. Yeah, Alabama gets a lot. That man, look, Alabama has a bad rap for that, which sucks, man. It sucks really bad. But to be fair, I'm from like I live in Alabama, but I was born in Georgia. I was born in Atlanta. I was born in Atlanta, so I mean, Avantika says, "Are you a chimpanzee?" Wow, that's crazy. Are you a chimpanzee? Are you a kangaroo? Yeah, yeah, Huntsville does. Yeah, you do look like one. You do look like a kangaroo. You got your picture up there. That's what you look like. Did you want to come over here and try to roast somebody? Better go find somebody else to play with. Yeah, I see you. That's why I said you look like a kangaroo. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and put you in timeout. Cause you think you come over here with all this roasting and stuff. Get you up out of here. Yeah, that Huntsville does have the Space Force. Absolutely. Yep. I know, right? I know, right? Prod, they said they trolling and paying me. Yeah, exactly. So I'll take it. I'll take it. Yeah, I like that song, James. Hmm. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Ooh Child. Yeah, I like that song. You talking about that song, Ooh Child, things are gonna get easier? Yeah. If you talking about that song, yeah, that's the cut right there. Avery, I haven't played any instruments, but I'm interested in learning the guitar and probably, some in like some percussion, like some congas or something like that. Okay, South Korea. Shout out to South Korea. I remember hearing the first time in 1991 at 7-Eleven when I was 10. Oh, they had that playing at the 7-Eleven. That's pretty dope. That's pretty dope. Yeah, that song was such a huge hit. That song was such a huge hit. It transcended multiple generations. Um, every I don't know. As far as guitars, um, probably electric. I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't mind learning the acoustic either. I wouldn't mind learning the acoustics either. Yep, and Vogue by Madonna. Yeah, Vogue. Vogue was another classic. Yep, I remember Vogue. A little bit before my time, but you know, I've heard some Madonna songs. Mhm. My first cassette was New Kids on the Block. Yeah, them cassette tapes. Something else, man. I actually have a tape deck. Matter of fact, I have a tape deck. I have a it's like one of them combo units that they produced back in the 80s, I think. It's a record player at the top in the tape deck. It's two tape decks. So they have it's one on the left where you can play the regular tapes. You can just play the tapes. The other ones you could put on the right, you know, to like dub to do recording or dubbing on. Guitar is such a fun instrument. Matter of fact, any instrument is fun to learn and play. Not gonna lie. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I shoot. I wouldn't mind learning how to play a couple of instruments. You know, guitar. Um, like I said, I'm more leaning towards like the congas, the kalimba from Africa. That it sound kind of like a xylophone. I wouldn't mind learning that too. That sounds like a pretty cool instrument. Like Earth, Wind, and Fire used kalimbas in a few of their songs back in the day. Oh, you got it at a garage sale, 1986, when I was five. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, New Kids on the Block back in the 80s. They were like it was them and New Edition. It was them and New Edition as far as the little kid bands, you know, little teenage bands or whatever back in the day. Yeah. Shout out to Greenland. Shout out to Greenland. Thanks for tuning in to the live stream. Yeah, Greenland. Was we just talking? I think. What were we talking about? Greenland. Well, I was on Gore. I think no, it was Iceland. I think Iceland. Yeah, it was Iceland. When we were on Corey's live, I was on Corey. My one of my home girls on her live stream. She was talking about. I think she was talking about more Iceland. Yeah, in Living Color. Yeah, can't forget about In Living Color. That was a classic right there. A lot of people got their start on that show too, like Jim Carrey. You know that was kind of like how his launching pad was on that show. A lot of them Wayans, those Wayans family members, a lot of their launching pad was on that show as well. Greenland, our 51st state. Yeah, I forgot about that. Trump trying to get Trump wanting to get getting Greenland and everything like that. Yeah. Was you in a Toy Story film? Probably. Yeah, I'm almost at 2K. Almost at 2K subs. Yeah. Getting on up there. Getting on up there, James. Yeah, man. It's kind of channel. It's come such a long way, and I feel like I still got a lot of growing to do on here. Okay, you got 635. So before long, you'll be at 1,000. You'll be at 1,000 subs yourself, James. Before long, like the Jeffersons. Oh yeah, yeah, moving on up. Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's true. Moving on up to the east side, a deluxe apartment in the sky high. What's up, Poland? Shout out to Poland. We got a lot of the international. We got a lot of folks from overseas coming up in here today. My international crew. Yeah, TV. You right. You right. Nowadays, like it seems like nowadays it don't really be that much interesting things on TV anymore. Like the travel channel ain't even the travel channel anymore for real, for real. I remember when the travel channel used to be just strictly travel content. I mean travel shows and everything. Now it's just like, MTV, VH1 used to be, channels that would play nothing but music. Now it's a bunch of reality shows. It's just a lot of just, yeah. They had theme songs back. That's what right. Yeah, because you notice nowadays, James, if you look at a lot of TV shows, they don't even have the theme songs anymore. They don't even have theme songs anymore. They just, they'll play like a little they might play the little intro at the beginning. Like let's say they'll play like they'll play a snippet from the episode, and then they'll go like right into like they'll just go like right into like a little brief 15-second intro, and then they go right back to the show. Like back in the day, we used to have full-fledged theme songs, man. That's crazy. You know, it's just not, sitcoms aren't as funny anymore. Movies aren't as creative anymore as they used to be. There's just a lot of things that just rush nowadays. You know, yeah, everything seemed like a lot of things have been watered down. And a lot of shows like they were more. Uh, you could tell there was more. What's the word I'm looking for? You could tell like a lot of the TV shows back then, like their plots were much more thicker. Now it's just like everything's a cash grab. They compromise the quality of the show just so they can make some, in efforts to make more money. hmm Nowadays it's like, yep, you could tell everything the quality of the work nowadays just isn't the same. Ally McBeal had the first AI dancing baby. That was 1998. Yeah, yeah. I was a little kid then. I might have been like 8 years old at the time. I was about 8 at that time. Yeah, I think I remember that. Yeah, and you gotta remember too, 1998. That's when the internet was in its infancy. That was the start of the internet. Like basically, like it was kind of like like 1990s was like the intro to the internet. You know, those who know when that dial up internet was like, man, it's crazy. These kids today don't know. You had to you had to use a phone line. You had to use a phone line to connect to the internet, and it took like 50 years just to connect to the internet. And and then you had them old school browsers. You had them old school browsers and like Netscape, Internet Explorer, remember AOL? Yeah, 1994. Yeah, yeah. See, Sassy, remember that dancing baby? Yeah, yeah. These are throwbacks right here. What's on? What's going on, Ryder? My guy Ryder in the building. What's going on, brother? I appreciate you for stopping by this evening. We just sitting here chopping it up. Sitting here chopping it up, man. Yeah. And it's crazy because you think about that, you started seeing like, okay, you had 98, you had 1998, which was like you had the Ally McBeal show. I think Friends was still running that show, Friends, which I ain't gonna lie to you though. Like, ah man, Friends, man, that show used to, I don't know. Like, I never really got into it like that. It was it was kind of overrated in my opinion. It was overrated in my opinion. Like, I mean, it was a good show, I suppose, but Seinfeld was I like Seinfeld though. I like Seinfeld. Seinfeld was a good show. I like Seinfeld. Home Improvement was my show. Home Improvement was lit, bro. I love that show. And what else? Yeah, Home Improvement was that shit. Well, Home Improvement was lit for real. Like who y'all think was the better looking Tool girl? Was it Heidi or the original? They had the first one was I forgot her name, and then Heidi came along. But yeah, those are yeah yeah, those are some good times right there. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Ryder, definitely got to get them subs up for sure. Definitely, man. That grind, yeah, definitely. It's grind time for real. Welcome to the live, Hazel. I'm sorry I missed you. Sorry I missed you. But welcome to the live. Yeah, you like Home Improvement too, Ryder? Yeah, Home Improvement was what was that show? Home Improvement was that show. Saved by the Bell, Boy Meets World. Yeah, we had some good shows as kids, man. Well, I know I was a kid then. At least I was a kid at the time. Man, to paint. We was talking about whose live I was in. It was a Kids from Jay. I think I was in Kids from Jay's live yesterday, and it was a lady that came in there named Topanga, and I was thinking the first thing I thought about was that show Boy Meets World. Ooh, but Topanga was good. God Almighty. Ooh, man. I think I could. Yeah, you right. Yeah, Ryder. Yeah, Topanga was everyone's crush. I think it. Yeah, I think it's safe to say that like every dude had a crush on Topanga, man, for sure. And Kelly from Saved by the Bell too. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, man, for sure. I used to watch that show just to see her. Her and what was the other chick's name? Lisa. Lisa looked good too. Lisa was pretty dope. Yeah. Topanga just turned 40. What? She's still a baddie. She's still a baddie. But going back to what you said, James, you think the first Tool girl was the better looking girl, better looking one on Home Improvement? I don't know. I don't know, man. Heidi was hot for real. Heidi was hot. I ain't gonna hold you. But the first one was dope. The first one was first one looked good too though. It's really hard to call that one. Stephanie from Full House, yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Stephanie Full House. I'm trying to think of some more. And that was man, we had some. Oh yeah, remember what was it? The Parenthood, the Parenthood. Now everybody who grew up watching them sitcoms on WB, you know the WB block of sitcoms. Remember that show, The Parenthood, bro? Like what's her name? Oh gosh, what's her name? What was her name from Parenthood? The sister from Parenthood. She was dang, she was bad. She was bad for real. I can't even think of her name. Who was that? Al. Who's that? Is Al? Does that say Al from Step by Step? I don't know if I remember. Did I see that show? I don't think I remember seeing that show. I know it came on. I knew it used to come on ABC. I remember seeing the promos for it, but I don't think I saw. I don't think I remember seeing the show like in its entirety. Because it used to come on because it was ABC. If I remember correctly, ABC was Family Matters, Full House, Step by Step. Yeah, I think I used to see the promos for Step by Step, but never saw it. And I think I remember the intro to it too. If I remember, if I yeah, I had to go back and look at some of the old episodes. I gotta go back, man. They used to be some dope shows, for real. Yeah, Home Improvement was ABC. I think Home Improvement was ABC too, if I'm not mistaken. I think they was all on the same network. Oh, it's Home Improvement Fox. No, I think ABC. Home Improvement was ABC. Yeah. Oh, Jasmine from Parenthood. Yeah, yeah, man. Look, bro. Look, Ryder, bro. Man, the '90s sitcoms, man. The '90s had some of the baddest chicks, man. And they was, you know, they were natural too, man. They was natural, bro. They was all natural. They didn't go overboard with the makeup and everything like that. He was just a naturally well put together sisters, man. And they, you know, they had their natural bodies. You know, they didn't, man. It was a different era. It was a different era for real, man. For real. You know. Hmm. Yeah, they ain't have all that makeup on like nowadays where they look like completely different people. Right. Exactly, man. They be going overboard with that makeup, bro. It'd be crazy. It'd be crazy, man. Don't get me started on them lashes. Be started on them eyelashes and stuff, man. That'd be crazy. The lashes, the all of that, bro. The extra foundation, all that stuff. What's up, Abby? Welcome to the live stream. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. I appreciate you for tuning in this evening. Just basically just chopping it up, you know. Just having a nice casual conversation. Yeah, true. Sabrina Carpenter, I agree with that. Yeah, it goes overboard for sure. Yeah, like just you know, you talking about the fake fashion? LOL. I mostly go natural myself. See, there you go, Abby. Yeah, natural. Natural is where it's at for real. Natural is where it's at. You know, makeup industry doing well because of this Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, they are definitely funneling that industry. They are definitely feeding that industry, bro, for real. Abby is a baddie from the 90s. Facts, yeah. Yeah, them 90s, yeah. We was talking to Abby, we was talking about how the women in the 90s, especially like in the because we were talking about sitcoms and stuff. And we were talking about how like a lot of the women back in the 90s, the 90s sitcoms were just so natural and beautiful, just really good looking, like very just fine as all outdoors. I like doing my makeup, but I don't wear it often. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah, every now and then some makeup, be cool. But for some people to like, you know, go overboard with it. Yeah, some people just go overboard with it. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Model Laurie? Model Laurie in the building. Long time no see. What's up, my friend? How you been? Let me do my let me do my hand heart. Let me do my hand heart for Model Laurie. Thanks for tapping in. I say I was from the 90s, but I was actually conceived in 99. So okay. So you was born in 2000. Okay. Okay. Shout out to the 2000s kids, babies and stuff. Hey, look. Oh, you graduated in 2000, to high school in 2000. James. Oh, so you was a millennial for real. You a millennial for real. You just like right when the millennial came around, you entered right into adulthood. I've been doing good, model Laurie. How about yourself? I've been good. I'm good. I'm glad you're doing good as well, Laurie. I was just thinking about you the other day. As a matter of fact, wondering how you was doing. So I'm glad to see you in here. 85 here. I lived my teens in the 90s. Best time ever. Yeah, the 90s, that was a time to be alive for real. Like, yeah. I mean, I'm getting emotional, getting nostalgic just thinking about it. For real. Man, Ryder, bro. Magic School Bus. Man, I'm telling you, we used to have I'm pretty sure you remember when at the time I was in elementary school, but we had them TVs with them TVs on the wheels. They used to roll them TVs into the classroom. We used to watch Magic School Bus like pretty much on a daily basis. We're elderly millennials, right? Like, look, all them early '80s kids, all them early '80s babies, them folks born in like 81, 80, 82, 85, 83, all of that. Like, look, and then yeah, you know what I'm saying. We was born in that 81 to 96 time frame. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Like, look, we had it made for real. I appreciate that, Laurie. I try to keep them. I try to keep them as you know. I try to keep them in as good shape as possible. You know. Yeah, the Magic School Bus was that show for real. Bill, yeah, Bill Nye the Science Guy for class. Yeah, for science class. Bill Nye the Science Guy. Dun, dun. Man, that beat, that intro was dope too. But whoever engineered that Bill Nye the Science Guy, shout out to you. Shout out to you for real. Like, shout out to them. Like, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, Laura, you right. We all remember we used to have them pizza parties. You know, we used to have like we used to have them pizza parties and stuff. Yeah, I remember that for sure. Miss Frizzle. Oh yeah, Miss Frizzle. Oh, Oh yeah, Miss Frizzle. God Almighty. Let's say tacos. This generation's culture. I'm telling you, Abby. I'm telling you. Look, they ain't have it like we had it. They did not like we had it, bro. And we ain't even got to look. We ain't even got to the Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network era. And we talk about the sitcoms. We talk about the culture overall. Like we had it made. We used to be outside a lot. We had that balance. We had our video games and our TV and stuff like that, but we used to be outside too. We had a balance. We know how to balance our life as kids. You know, always knew where friends were by the amount of bikes your friends on your friend's garden. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You know what I'm saying? And we used to go bike riding, roller skating. We used to do all that. The hose water. Oh, we was talking about that in I was in Corey's live earlier. We was talking about how we was outside. Man, that hose water was crucial. You was outside, you was thirsty, you couldn't get to nothing real quick. You go to that hose. Shoot. Yeah, Nick at Night. Yeah, Nick at Night had a bunch of really like iconic shows on there for real. Nick at Night. Um, you know, See, yeah, Nick at Night. One thing about Nick at Night that was so cool. That's how I actually found out about a lot of older shows. I didn't even know a lot of them older shows existed if it wasn't for Nick at Night. See, because so like during the day, Nickelodeon they'll play like the original shows that were like premiered during that time frame, during that era, and then Nick at Night bring it all back. They go to the old school, bring back the old school shows. Arthur, yeah, Arthur was fire. Arthur was fired. Like we had a whole bunch of good stuff, man, for real. Them auto pops, man, for real, man. Look, man, y'all bringing it back, man, for real. I'm getting nostalgia sitting here. I'm getting nostalgia just sitting here. Yeah, man, those were some good times for real though, for real. Like I said, man, back in that day, that's when the Travel Channel was actually the Travel Channel. MTV was actually MTV. VH1 was actually VH1, where they would actually play, you know, music videos pretty much all day, only with the exception of the real world. That's the only time, you had the real world. But for the most part, back then, you would they would play music videos all day on those and on those channels, like for real. I think I remember them silly bands, Abby. I think I remember those. Look, Yeah, running through them sprinklers. Oh yeah, yeah, for real. Shoot, bro, for real. We used to have so much fun. We used to be outside like all the time, like for real. Like this generation don't go outside as much as we was outside for real. Not even close. Not even close. Like we weren't even allowed to be in a house like that for real, for real. We go like see it depends. It also depends on who house we go to too. Like if we go to grandma's house, like grandma, she'll she'll have a she basically require us to go outside for at least 2 hours a day. Of course, we'll exceed that by a long shot. You know, we'll go out, but but yeah, we used to go outside and and then like and then look don't be at one of them houses where they won't let you come in and out. Like they used to get irritated when you come in and out the house like all day, like back and forth, like you know. Yeah, we used to drink from the hose, Mattel. Yeah, we used to do it. We used to do that. It look it sounds crazy, but we used to do that. We used to drink out the hose. We should all meet up and have a '90s kids day. Yeah, that would be lit for real though, Abby. Bet not come off the porch. This generation definitely lazier. Yeah, they are. They are. All they want to do is be in front, be on the be in front of be on a device all day, be on a cell phone or be on a device or be on the video games all day. Like like I said, we had video games, but we weren't on that. Like our we had restrictions as far as we had a certain amount of time we were allowed to play the game. You know, we had to have a balance. We had to play the video game, read a book, and go outside. You know what I'm saying? I love playing on our trampoline. Would be out there for hours just chilling with my siblings. In fact, talking about childhood is making me sad. Yeah, I know, Abby. I feel you. Like I'm getting a little emotional just talking about it myself. Like it's like it's just crazy to think like it just needs to be a time machine. Like there needs to be a time machine, bro. For real, there needs to be a time machine. Yep, can never get those days back. Exactly. Only thing we have at the end of the day are our memories. That's it. The memories is the only thing we have to hold on to. Yeah, the Dunkaroos. I forgot all about them Dunkaroos. I forgot all about. Oh yeah, yeah. I remember those, right? I forgot all about them things. But I know what you talking about. The Dunkaroos and the Capri Suns. Yeah. Rochelle says, Rochelle says, get rid of all devices that will bring it back. Yeah, no. Got my 4 kids and brought them up to be outside and play. Now they're well versed in life and doing good. You're doing a great job with those kids. Then, if you have them outside, that they'll have a better appreciation for life when you do that. I feel, in my opinion, So yeah, that's a good thing that you're doing. It's a great thing that you're doing that. Daniel, what are you talking about? I don't know what Daniel is talking about. Yeah, yeah, Tomo didn't want them losing in childhood. Yeah, yeah, definitely. You gotta you gotta like that was a huge part of our childhood was going outside and yeah, good, yeah, even now, yeah, still go outside, James. Yeah, definitely. I still go outside. Hmm. That's what I do for my that's literally my channel, my content. I'm outside exploring, seeing it, like it brings a lot of peace to it brings a lot of peace and stability in my life when I'm outside seeing the world, seeing the natural, because if you in the house all day and not doing anything, just in the house cramped up all day, it does something to you mentally, you know what I'm saying. There's a time and a place for television and video games, but man, every person should be required to spend at least 2 hours outside every day. I definitely agree with that, Abby. I definitely agree. Like you gotta have that balance. You gotta be outside, and because you gotta be outside with nature. That's gonna, that's what helps you mentally and spiritually. You know, eldest daughter is 20 now, and she's the same as me with her kid out every day. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's awesome. That's awesome. Like, yeah, you gotta. I feel like every child should have exposure to the outdoors. Because I mean, it helps. It just helps out in a lot of ways. It helps in their development. It helps them see. It just helps in all different aspects of life. You know what I'm saying? Just being in the house all day and just like, that ain't it. And then especially if you glued to the video games all day, it stunts their development. Oh, and by the way, Tomo, I appreciate you for subscribing to the channel. I appreciate you. I appreciate that. Yeah, appreciate that for sure. All the support you guys provide to this channel, I most definitely appreciate it. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That's crazy. But I appreciate you, Ryder, for tuning in to the live. Appreciate you for stopping by. It's always good to see you in here, brother. And we have Dylan Cammy sending love from South Africa. Appreciate that. Appreciate you for showing the support. Shout out to South Africa. But yeah, that's good. Shout out to you too, James, for your work in the education field for sure. Yeah, I know Abby. The trolls is in here. The trolls, yeah, trolls invading the live again. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying to catch up. I'm going to watch some of your vids tomorrow. I haven't in a while, but I see you have more. Keep it up. I appreciate that, Dark Morphin. Appreciate that. After drying my hair, I was so glad I was able to stop by. You've got great energy, man. Jesus loves y'all. Appreciate that, Abby. Jesus loves you as well. Appreciate that as well. Appreciate you for appreciate that. Well, Kiss, you're out of here. Like I said, I don't mind it. Like I said, the trolls, if you're gonna troll and say some weird stuff, cool. But if you're gonna be in here insulting anybody, including myself, then you getting up out of here. But I appreciate the trolls at the same time. I appreciate them. So they can come in here all they want and do their thing. Hey, my watch hours and everything, they gonna go up regardless. So it's all good. It's all good. Oh yeah, shout out to you, Rochelle, for your contribution in the education field. Like you said, it's a lot of work, but definitely worth it. Yeah, most definitely. I feel like it's a very rewarding profession, field to be in. Brother, do you believe? If so, Luke 10:19 keeps us strong. You can walk all over, you can walk over all enemies. God bless. Appreciate that, Tomo. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a definitely good you definitely gotta keep up that keep that energy and yeah, and just keep that strong mindset, staying strong and God keep us strong. I'm gonna remember that 10 Luke 10:19. Eh, you know, Luke 10:19, keeping us strong, you know, because at the end of the day, you know, we have to use like James said, the devil's the footstool. Walk all over the devil. For sure, definitely, definitely. But Tomo, appreciate you for stopping by. Appreciate you for stopping by. Appreciate you for supporting the channel by subscribing and just kicking it with us this evening. Um, you know, and you get you some good sleep, you get you some good rest, and God bless you. Peace out, and hope to see you again in here soon. But yeah, these trolls are here wilding. These trolls are here wilding. All right, later, Raw. Later. 3311 asks, how do I subscribe? There should be a subscribe button on the live stream. There should be a subscribe button on the live. Like, if you don't see it on the live, I don't know what type of device you're using to view this live stream, but if you're using, I would think if you're using a phone, then the subscribe button should be right there on the actually on the live stream. Yeah, I'm over here wondering if you're single too. It's not like I'm interested, but you are so sweet and nice. Just a compliment. I appreciate that, Abby. I appreciate that. And yes, I am. For the record, I am. I will leave once my battery is at 100 and I'm at 97. Hmm. Oh, okay. So you almost there then, Jane. Oh, so you've been charging your phone the entire time, huh? And the only reason I'm not interested is I like in-person connections. Oh, that's what's up. That's what's up, Abby. Yeah, me too. Me too. Having that in-person, interaction is like that's where it's at for real. James said, "I'm single. I'm single. Just saying." Okay, we all single up in here. Okay, all right. Hey, it's all good though. You know what I'm saying? Just single, just enjoying life. You feel me? I've given you authority to trample on snakes and scorpions and to overcome all power of the enemy. Nothing shall harm you. I wanted you to hear it. Good night. God bless. Appreciate that, Tomo. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Yeah, that was a really good that was a really good way, like, because that's what you gotta have. You gotta be able to trample on the snakes and scorpions, all of these individuals or people that are going to be venomous. They're gonna get, that's gonna spread venom. Gotta be able to step on them and prevail and be, true men and women of God. To all my women, to all my ladies out there, you know, be able to step on the venomous individuals, the toxic individuals out there. So yeah, definitely. Yeah. Yeah, I appreciate you for volunteering, Abby. Appreciate that. Yeah, well, I need as many mods as I can get. So yeah, definitely. I'm glad that you asked. I tried online dating and I don't love it. Dated a guy on the internet for 7 years. Oh wow. Yeah, I don't think have I done online dating? I don't think I've done online. I don't think I've done online dating before. Nah, I don't. Nah, I almost did. I guess you can. I just basically just kind of like just. I guess you can consider it online dating. I'm not sure. Yeah, yeah, of course. Hey, I need as many mods as you. I need as many mods as I can get. I need as many mods as I can get. So I'm glad you guys are volunteering for sure. But yeah, man. But yeah, y'all. Once again, I really appreciate y'all for tapping into this live stream today. And yeah, no problem, James. No problem. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Appreciate you as well, Abby. Appreciate y'all for real. I'm a mod on your channel, James. Okay. When you going live again? Oh, that's dope. That's dope, Abby. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. You're awesome as well. I appreciate y'all for kicking it with me this evening. For real. Cause I ain't gonna lie. It started, I didn't know where this live stream was gonna go when I first went live. When I first went live about an hour and a half ago. Wow, I've been on here an hour and a half. Crazy. But anyway, when I first went live for the first like 5 minutes or so, this live it was dry. It was nobody in here. I was like, oh crap. Like it's gonna be another one of those dry live streams. I might have to end this thing early. And it turns out, I got quite a big show out. Even the trolls. Shout out to them too. You know, you know what I'm saying? But I got a pretty good turnout this evening. I must say I'm very impressed because I honestly, like I said, I haven't. This week was the first week that I've gotten back to live streaming consistently, and you know, it's been a long time since I had a crowd turnout this big on the live. So yeah, man, and like I said, as far as me vlogging, yeah, as much as I love the vlog, this weather is just, and this is just, this ain't it. It's too cold. It's too cold. It's too cold. But yeah, so um just like last year, February was the least amount of vlogs content that I got. So, you know, it might be the same thing this year. I might be doing very limited vlogging in February, but like in March, hopefully it'll warm up some more. But even March still be kind of cold, you know. So really April, you know, that's gonna be the month that I really, really, I guess, get to consistently vlog. Cause yeah. See, you freezing too, huh? Aren't you? Yeah, I know. I bet you are, Abby. It's this weather is it's cold. It's super cold. It's freezing. Yeah, those are my favorite places to vlog, James. I like vlogging by the lakes. Bless your heart as well, Bree. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, by the way, Netherman, I'm sorry I missed you. Netherman, welcome to the live. Welcome to the live. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for tuning in. I'm at 17 likes. So 17 likes in the stream. 17 likes in the stream. I think I'm gonna kick it. I'm gonna kick it till I at least get 25. I think 25 is the magic number for the night. I think 25 likes will be the magic number for the night. So I'm gonna kick it till I get that 25. Nah, ain't none of that over here. Nah, we got to get you up out of here. Appreciate that, Abby. Appreciate you for getting that clown up out of here. Cause nah, I don't play them games. I don't play them games. No, not at all. I don't have anything against anybody who lives that lifestyle, but that I ain't one of them type of people. I ain't one of them type of people for real. Again, no shade to that community, but nah, I don't do that. Appreciate that. Appreciate that, James. Appreciate that. Yeah, make sure y'all go check out the content. Like the stream, check out the content, subscribe to your boy. Exactly, Abby. Right. Exactly. Say we don't play them games. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I didn't even shoot. Honestly, I had no idea they had a That's So Raven reboot. I didn't even know they had a reboot. James, you a trip, bro. James is funny, bro. Are you a singer, Abby? Oh, okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. You be posting like you be posting like some singing content on your channel? If so, I'd like to check it out. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'm sorry to hear that. Do you really have a rabbit named Oreo? If so, if so, I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences go out to you, Misty. Are you a gospel singer? With my family of seven, we travel and do concerts slash minister. Look up the Emery's on YouTube or Facebook, and I have a YouTube Abigail Emery with some content. Okay, all right, I got it. I'm gonna go stop by and show some support. That's what's up. That's what's up. I upload my 3 raps. Okay, okay. You heard of the Emery's, James? Okay. Yeah, I just subbed. I just subbed to the channel. Abby. Let me see. So trap. I'm gonna check out your content as well. You looks like you do music as well. So I'm gonna check out your channel. Show some support to the aspiring musicians and everything like that. All right then, James. All right then, James. I appreciate you for tapping into the live. It was really good having you in here this evening. You take care, man. Sleep well tonight. Stay warm and all that good stuff. And check you on. I'll check. I'm gonna tap into your live when you go live tomorrow night. So yeah, take it easy, man. Have a good one. Y'all pray that I stay on my diet. I've done horrible today. I lost 45 pounds since the beginning of last year, though. Okay, well, yay. As long as you stay consistent, the results are going to keep coming, Abby. So I'm definitely going to pray for you that you stay on that path, to you reaching your goals, whatever that may be, whatever your weight loss goals are, whatever the case may be, you know. Like me personally, um I'm trying to like get well actually no let me rephrase that. I am um working on getting into the gym and working out consistently and everything like that. So, that's what I've been working on. So, um my boy Calisthenics Life. We call him C Life, but he's his name is Calisthenics. I think it's Calisthenics Life NYC. He has a channel on YouTube where he go out and just be working out. He's based out of New York. He goes to these different parks and stuff like that and just works out. He pretty much anywhere he's at outdoors, he basically creates him a gym. He does basically a lot of calisthenics, body weight workouts, and yeah, like so. I'm like, man, I need to like. So he pretty much motivated me to get back into working out and like lifting weights and all that other stuff. So that's the journey I'm on, just staying consistent with that. So I can feel you on that as far from a consistent standpoint. So yeah, that's where I'm at. That's where I'm at on my journey. So, so we both at a journey. We're both in the same like predicament as far as on a journey and whatnot. So yeah. And Trap, I'm gonna check out your music as well, Trap. So I appreciate you for subscribing to my channel. Appreciate that. We proud of you. We proud of you too, Abby. As long as you stay consistent, like I said, you'll definitely reach the goals that you would like to reach. What up? What up, Corey? I was just talking about you a few minutes ago in your live stream and how it was a lot of cool ideas and stuff like that. Cool places that we were talking about. Especially the one in Bolivia. Bolivia, that sounds pretty cool too. It's a lot of good, but we was talking about a lot of good stuff, a lot of good travel ideas and stuff. All right, then. All right, then, Abby. You have a good night as well, and appreciate the words of encouragement. Appreciate the support. You have yourself a good night and sweet dreams to you as well. Yeah, so yeah, Bolivia for sure. Like I remember hearing that. I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Yeah, like you know, it just like a lot of good ideas and you know, like I said, that whole 2 year plan, that sounds like the goal right there to definitely strive for. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it for real. Like and I remember before you came in, Corey, we was talking about how a lot of this generation we talking about how a lot of this newer generation, like younger generation, uh, how they don't get out as much as, they don't get outside as much as we did when we was coming up. You know what I'm saying? We used to get outside and spend a lot of time outside, spent less time, like on the video games and all that other stuff. Not to say that we had video games, but we had a balance. We had a balance. We went outside and we interacted with other kids, and we just, and we were happier as a result. We were happier kids. We were more in shape and all this other stuff. Like, and it was just like, and I was thinking, I was like, when I go out and I do these vlogs and stuff like that, it really gives me a better appreciation of it gives me a better appreciation of being outdoors like I was as a kid. Like, you know what I'm saying? It does a lot for the it does a lot for me spiritually and mentally and everything like that. So, you know, I thought that was pretty interesting when I was talking about that other like, not too long ago. But yeah, we could definitely do it though, for sure, for sure. Um, you know, definitely make it happen. You know, Top G, what's up, Top G? Every man should marry at least two women. Oh wow, oh, that should be the new normal. What you think about that, Corey? What you think about that? I don't even know how to even. I don't even know. I don't even know how to feel about that. That's what I was saying, that I didn't realize I had a love for nature and being outside. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. That's the thing about it. It's just like you use nature, being in nature is so therapeutic, and just it's just something I feel like everybody should be connected to. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, and I think, when people have an appreciation for nature, it really, I feel like when more and more people have appreciation for it, it definitely helps the world a better place. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the more women, the more responsibility. Yeah, it's a lot of responsibility that comes with that, for sure, Top G. It's a lot of responsibility with that. you know, and then it's like, here's the thing too. Let's just say, I mean, you have to really, as far as doing pulling that off, marrying two women, you have to be like, I feel like with that, for one, you have to find two women that are willing to, like, you know that's willing to share a dude. And then not only that, it's like it's a whole thing of like who you spend more time with. you know Somebody's going to be it's bound to be jealousy, and bound to be a lot of just a lot of feelings and stuff like that. It's just, yeah, like you like Corey said, it's a lot of responsibility that comes with that. So it might sound like, depending on who you ask, everybody has their own opinions. Like, depending on who you ask, I mean, that might sound good in theory. It might look good in theory, but until you actually deal with it, I feel like it's one of those things that until you actually deal with it, it's gonna be like it's gonna be a problem. But I always say, to each its own, and that's the best thing I can really say. Just to each its own. Right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's how a lot of women are, like, territorial. not not wanting to share a dude. I can understand that. Not wanting to share. In that regard is, yeah. Baby, what was this baby Chris? I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it. I'm just gonna say baby Chris. I don't even. I'm sorry. I'm not even gonna try. I'm sorry. But it says I'm sub or not. I'm now that I'm not sure. Are you sub to the channel? If not, I hope you take that into consideration to sub to the channel and check out the content. You know, I'm here to tell you, you won't be disappointed. Daniel says they don't gotta know about each other. What they don't know doesn't hurt though. Like, you gotta be one thing about it, Dan. You gotta be very like if you want to pull that off, you have to be like, phew, you have to be really, 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 really secretive, and you just have to be like, yeah, you gotta be real slick to pull that off. Real slick. Man, I done got into some topics I didn't even think I'd get into. Yeah. Daniel, that's crazy. Who got time to lie and keep up with their lies? That almost never works out. Yeah. And exactly. And like I can definitely attest to that because I can definitely attest to that. Like it's the thing is when it comes to, trying to be secretive and trying to like, two time and do all that type of stuff, it just takes more effort. It takes a lot more effort to like lie. Like it takes too much effort to lie and to like it's just too much. You know what I'm saying? It's just too much. It's just too much. And then trying to keep up with your lies it's too much. It's too much work. It's just too much work. Like, you know, and it could be, and I've been there before. I'm not even gonna lie. And it took a huge mental toll on me just trying to, you know what I'm saying? I was just drained mentally trying to keep up, trying to be like, okay, I gotta manufacture this lie, and then I have to do this. I have to like, then I gotta go back and back. I gotta backtrack, and I gotta remember the lie. I gotta, it's just it's just too much. Like, sometimes it's better to tell the truth, even though the truth hurts at times. It's much easier to tell the truth, even though telling the truth at times might be it's painful. It might hurt somebody, or it might, but I mean, I don't know. It's just crazy. Life is only a game if that's what you make it, right? Absolutely. It's all about what you make of life, for real. Yeah, it's just not even, it's just not even worth it. It's not even worth trying to lie. Just be truthful, You know what I'm saying? Life is a game for men, so we need two women as pillars in our lives to support us. I mean, I can see what you're saying, if that, like one thing what it boils down to, Top G. I mean, you just like you have to find two women who's willing to like who's like, and that could be a challenge to find a woman who don't mind being, who don't mind that partaking in that lifestyle. And I know that could be a challenge. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're out there. They're definitely out there, but yeah, it takes, yeah. Q says, Woo Child P9 out here getting caught up. Oh, goodness gracious. Yeah, I was caught slipping. I ain't gonna lie. I was caught slipping but it's just, yeah. It is definitely a game. Things you don't see are unfolding, whether you pay attention or not. The narrative you have in your head is the most valuable asset. Yeah. Yeah. Well, said it's all in what you make it. It's all in what you make it at the end of the day. What's up, bro? What's going on? Um, George, George, cool boy, or is it Jorge? Because I know sometimes it's pronounced Jorge if this Spanish. But regardless, man, what's going on with you? And it's not even snow. Well, we haven't even really gotten any snow. I mean, we haven't gotten any. The most we got were like little ice pellets. You know what I'm saying? Uh, we got like little ice pellets the other day, but a little bit of snow, but it didn't really stick. It's just cold. It's just real cold out here. Like you would think how cold it is. You would think it would snow harder than it did, but now we didn't really get none. I'm not good with lying, man. I get caught. I can't cheat for nothing. I would definitely tell on myself. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, Corey. Like I'm a person that get caught. I'm like, look, I couldn't do anything. I couldn't do anything that required like not trying to get caught. Like I with my luck, I get caught doing something. I like But that's good that you have that mentality of being locked in. You know what I'm saying? That's really good. That's really good. Because yeah, you know, that whole thing with relationships and like I said, it's all in what you make it. It's all in what you make it. Having two women as partners means more conversations, more adventures, and more playtime. I could see that, Top G. I could definitely see that. I see where you coming from with that. I could look at it in both. I could definitely look at it in both ways for sure. I can look at it from two angles. Like, gay. Wow, that's crazy. Yeah, look, yeah, for both perspectives. That's what I was looking for from both perspectives. Right. I appreciate that, Top G. Appreciate it. Yeah, apparently somebody thinks somebody's hair is. I mean, look here. For one, ain't that's crazy for you to sit up there and say that somebody's hair is gay. That's crazy. But whatever. If that's your opinion, then it is what it is. Yeah, it is. It's dangerous outside, and I feel for the people that who don't have any shelter, who's out there in that cold weather like that. People could, you could get hypothermia, get pneumonia, get it freeze to death basically. It's just that's how it's like. That's why they tell people if you don't have to be outside, in this weather, if you don't have to go out in it, don't go out in it. I forget what I ate for breakfast this morning. You want me to remember the lie I told too? Please. Right, Q. Exactly. Exactly. Trying to keep up with lies is yeah, it's like I said, it takes too much. It takes too much energy and effort, you know. Yeah. I knew that was the word you were looking for. Yeah, Max. Yeah, Max. That's why I was looking. Yeah, I kind of, how sometimes your brain just you kind of have one of them mental lapses. That's kind of what it was right there for me. But appreciate you for the assist. Right, yeah. How can somebody's hair be gay? That's crazy. I never heard no. That's crazy. Don't make any sense. And it's funny. Person that said that I can look. I can, I'm not even gonna go there. I was gonna say I could pull more. I could pull more women than that person could pull, but I'm not. I look. I'm not even on that. I'm not even gonna go there. As you American, I don't know what you talking about. LB 2K. I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, yeah, people be coming here just saying just anything, like the most off the wall, like, yeah, I don't know, most off the wall stuff. That's crazy. like no context or anything. They be using that talk to text. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. Be all over the place. Yeah, that's the thing, Top G. And you need partners who are okay with having another partner. Yeah, that's the thing. That's the thing. That's what and like I said, it's not, like I said, I know there's some out there that don't mind that type of that don't mind partaking in that type of lifestyle, but it's and this is just from my understanding about it. Like, I would think that would be quite the undertaking, trying to find two women that are willing to indulge in that type of lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, it's almost as if like I don't know. It's almost as if you have to go. I would think the only way you would probably be able to find something like that is if they have some type of social media site or something, or not, or like a social media group or something that that's into that type of lifestyle, like that polygynous or lifestyle, whatever. Like, that's that's the only thing I could think of. You know, but you can be the king of the house. They can cook, take care of things, clean the house easily, and there could be a lot of fun since there are three of you. Now, I can, like I said, I could look at it from that perspective, and that you have a point there. You absolutely right about that. you know, yeah. I mean, and from my understanding, because when I look at those lifestyles, I look at it like this. I I be studying stuff like that just to kind of get some insight, to get to gain some perspective of the type of lifestyle and how it could be beneficial to certain people. Um, some people, I hear some people get into those type of relationships because, you know, they might, here's the thing, they might have multiple, let's just say they might have multiple children, you know. So they might have multiple, they'll have two wives or whatever, and they have multiple kids, and they basically kind of do it just from a trying to build generational wealth type thing and everything like that. Um, so I could kind of see where it could be beneficial from um, in certain standpoints, but yeah, it's just like I said, it's just has to be, yeah, it just has to be certain type of women that's willing to do that, like and and like I said, to each its own, and yeah. And again, and it's not like, some people might look at something like that and might be thinking, oh man, there's something wrong with that. And here's the thing, I don't look at that at all as a bad thing. I mean, if it benefits you, if it benefits everybody involved, then hey, then look, I don't look at it as being an immoral thing. But here's the thing too, you know what I'm saying? But it has to be, I feel like if people are going to get into those type of relationships, they have to do it for the right reasons. You know, don't just get into it just so you can have multiple partners, and because you gotta have people out there that's gonna do it just so they can look at it as a way just to have multiple partners that they can, yeah, they can get down with like that. They could have multiple sex partners and all that. Like that. It has to be, it has to be for the real true reasons. You know. So Daniel says, be at this point, you have to be able to lie without, or to be at a point that you can do this without lying. You have to get really far in life. I'm trying to get to that status level. I hear you, Daniel. I hear you. Yeah, you basically, yeah. But like I said, man, you put keeping up with lies and everything like that gets really challenging. But let me get back. Let me read what Corey said that's too much. I don't want to share my space with another woman. It's too much going on. I get it could work financially being three people, but nope, I can't do it. Right. Yeah. Yeah. It's like, it's just, one thing about it, it's when you look at it, there could be some benefits, but at the same time, there's trade-offs. So, in a lot of in situations like that, that you have to, it's compromise. There's a lot of compromise that happens. It's like one of those situations where, yeah, it could be beneficial in one particular aspect, but you're compromising something else. You're compromising, so it's basically you compromising something, and it's just too much. It's just too much for some people. Oh, George, to answer your question, uh for the game, look, I want the Seahawks. I'd rather the Seahawks win. I'd rather the Seahawks win. And that's because I don't like the Patriots. I never liked the Patriots. Never liked the Patriots. Jesus loves you as well, Arlo Hart. Yeah, Jeremy says we're all from the same creator. Facts, facts. Amen to that. Amen to that, Jeremy. Where the women acknowledges that you have other needs but still sticks with you, that's powerful. Yeah, absolutely. It really is. It really is. As long as everybody has an understanding, communication, that's another thing that's very important. I never tried that Santiago, Dixon cider. Never tried that. Yeah, I like that, Top G. Top G says I'm created by some kind of beautiful goddesses with her own two hands. Okay. That's dope. That's dope. Good night, bro. I think Patriots will go 2-0, bro. So you picking the Patriots to win, George? 49-60. Wow. Dang. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game, I think. Yeah, it's gonna be a good game. I mean, here's the thing. I think the Patriots are gonna win, even though I want the Seahawks to win. Honestly, I just can't stand the Patriots, but I think New England's gonna win it. I have a feeling they're gonna win the Super Bowl. I have a feeling they're gonna win. Okay, Abby back in the building. What's up, Abby? All right then, Corey. I appreciate you for tapping in and I'm gonna like I said, I'm gonna go check out your latest vlog. Yeah, I appreciate you for stopping by again this evening. You have a you rest well. Have a good night. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get on off of here myself. I've been on here for 2 hours, a little over 2 hours. This is the longest live stream I've done in a long time, y'all. For real, for real. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's the longest stream I've had. What time is it? It's 10:40. It's 10:40 p.m. My time. 10:40 p.m. my time. hmm Good stream, bro. Appreciate it, George. Appreciate you for stopping by. You should do a reaction game, bro. You think I should do reactions? I might look into it. I might look into it. We better do that thing called sleep. Yeah, definitely, Abby. Rest is very important. Rest is very important for a fully functional mind, spirit, all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. And I'm gonna listen to you. I'm gonna go check you out. I'm gonna check out your I'm gonna go check out your music, Abby. Bonjour to you, Fete. I hope I pronounced that right. I would think that would be right. Fete. Bonjour to you. Yeah, we getting a lot of people overseas coming through here today. I appreciate the international support. Appreciate the international support. That's to every man. Oh, appreciate that, Abby. Appreciate that. Man, I appreciate all y'all for real. Appreciate all y'all out there for real, man. For y'all stopping by and doing all that and engaging in the live and stuff like that. And Top G, man, it was good talking to you as well. Good talking to you, bro. It's really good perspectives you know, a lot of good perspectives you provide in that particular topic with having multiple partners. So yeah, you know, you got definitely Top G, man. Definitely come by next time I go streaming or whenever, whenever you can. When I go, you see that I'm live, you want to pull up, come through the live. Come through the live, brother. I appreciate you. Appreciate you for real. You know, Robin Forbes asked me, am I from West Virginia? No, actually, I live in Alabama. I live in Alabama. I have been to West Virginia before though. I went out there to vlog. Went out there to vlog last year. It was really nice out there, West Virginia. Really nice out there. Really cool, really cool vibes. But nah, I'm not from there though. Yeah, definitely come through. Definitely come through. Oh, you just watched? Okay, okay. You just watched the vlogs for West Virginia. Okay, appreciate you for watching. What you think? What you think of them? What you think? What was your favorite one? Yeah, appreciate that, Abby. Appreciate that. Yeah, yeah. Yeah. I be vlogging in different places, different city states and stuff like that. Um, and it's I started my channel. I've had this channel now for it'll be 2 years in April since I started this channel. So, yeah. Oh, the Hatfield. Oh, you talking about the Hatfield? Yeah, yeah. That's the one where West Virginia. That's when I was in Welch, I think. Welch, West Virginia. Yeah, Welch, West Virginia. Yeah, you like Welch. Welch was cool. Welch was a nice little town. What's your take on was it Machiavellianism? The ends justify the means. Do you agree with this? Uh well, here's the thing. Um I, the thing is, if you have to, it depends on it depends, I guess, on what the situation is. It depends on what the situation is, and what I mean by that, um, if the intent is good, if it means if you have to lie and manipulate and do all these type of things in order to, I guess, if it's for personal gain, which a lot of time, which I'm guessing Machiavellianism is if you're doing that to for personal gain, then I'm not for it. I'm not for it. Like, but if the intent is good, if you're trying to, like, you know, if you have to like if you doing if you have to do something, if you have to lie and do all this other stuff in order to help somebody else out, then okay, it is what it is. But you know, I don't know. If it's just for personal gain, I'm not really down for that. I mean, Alexander genocided millions, but that made him Alexander the Great, and still a praise. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. That he see that somebody like Alexander the Great is held in that that high regard. And he's somebody's lauded for doing for such atrocities, man. That's crazy. But it's a lot of things that people don't know, which is crazy. It's a lot of stuff that people don't know. you know and I just like and see, I could not adapt that type of I guess that type of characteristic or that type of personality, because I'm just too much of an empath. I'm an empath, like, you know what I'm saying, that by nature. So, you know, you know what I'm saying. I just I couldn't be down with somebody like that. Yeah, I watch the NFL. Well, I don't watch it as much as I used to, Caden. To be honest, I don't watch it as much as I used to when I was younger. Um, I might watch it occasionally nowadays, but you know, to be honest, I'm not even looking forward to the Super Bowl this year. Like every year I look forward to it. I don't really care too much about it this year. What's up, Tyson? I'm doing all right. How about yourself? Usually you're remembered by your good works. Self-servers don't be remembered. Exactly, Robin. You're exactly right about that. You know, yeah, I'd rather be remembered, for doing something good for people. You know what I'm saying? I want to be, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be, you got people out here who might have all this material wealth. They might have all this material wealth, but at what cost? At what cost? What good is it to gain the whole world for the price of your soul? You know what I'm saying? All that stuff is materials at the end of the day. But if you don't have the love of the people, you know what I'm saying? None of that stuff means anything. Like, I'd rather just, I'd rather, like, if anything, if I'd rather be remembered and have, remembered for things that I've done for people than, no, I'd rather be remembered for nobility. You know what I'm saying? And be remembered for doing great things for people and helping people. You know what I'm saying? Because that's more valuable. You know what I'm saying? That's more valuable than materials. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. You know what I'm saying? And I can be, and then at the same time, I want to be able to go to sleep at night peacefully. So, I mean, people are trying to justify his actions, even though what he did was very bad. Was he outside the bounds of morality, and did his victories justify his beings? Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah. You know, you when you compromise your morals, when you compromise morals to achieve certain things, like it's just crazy. Like for people to think that that's noble, is something's wrong with them. You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong with them. You know, if they think that somebody who became who accomplished a lot of things by being absolutely being a cold-hearted individual is just crazy. It's crazy for somebody to praise somebody like that. You know what I'm saying? And especially somebody who compromises their morals. Because somebody who actually looks up to, matter of fact, somebody who actually looks up to somebody like a Alexander the Great, who genocided all those people in order to get where needed to get where he wanted to go. And for people who actually looked up to that and praised that, it's just as much wrong with something wrong with those people than it is with him. Because if you look at that and you think that that's okay, that's it. That has a lot to do with that person. You know, tomorrow ain't even promised, my boy. So be good to everyone. Exactly. Exactly. You know, you want to be able to leave. You want to be able to leave. If in the event, if in the event, we leave the physical realm of existence. At least I want to know that people remember me for being a righteous individual. You know what I'm saying? And being at peace with the universe. You know, I was raised right, got worked when I messed up. Aretha respect. There you go, Robin. Absolutely old school. Yeah, that's old school right there. RESPECT. Find out what it means to me. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, MLK Jr. should definitely be praised more than Alexander the Great. Oh, by a long shot. Absolutely. Absolutely. Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah. And I do agree that is the best speech, Robin. The Martin Luther King "I Have a Dream" speech. Absolutely. What are you talking about? Cognitive dissonance. Get a Well, for one, if you're referring to me, cognitive dissonance, I have a job. I have a job. I don't sit on my ass all day. But if you're not referring to me, then I apologize. But you know, yeah. If you're referring to me, then I have a job. Pretty damn good one too. That allows me to do what it is I want to do. So, you know, I'm just saying. What is the job? Let a brother know. Post office, postal service. That's the thing, Top G. The world, yeah, that is the problem with this world. It always rewards those who are morally unfair. Yeah, the most corrupt, morally corrupt people are you know, are some of the people that are living high off the land, high off the land. The corrupt people living in mansions, and they have the most material wealth in the world. You know, that's the crazy thing. Now, for one, let me see. Why? What is your name? No, I don't steal. For one, I don't steal. I don't steal. I don't got to steal. I have this thing called morals. I have these thing called morals, and I'm a righteous individual, so I don't have to steal it. I don't have to steal anything. I don't have to steal anything. Nor do I have to sell. I have to sell any drugs. I don't have to do that. I can make money with my intellect, and I can get through life with my intellect and my tact. Unlike you, who sit on the internet all day and act like you know somebody. So you're projecting. That's probably something that you do. That's probably some stuff that you do because if you had something going with your life, you would not be sitting over here um talking about you know see miserable people like to project. And again, I've never had EBT. I don't live off the system. I don't live off the system. I've never had an EBT card a day in my life. I don't have to. I ain't gotta mooch off the taxpayers. You know why? Because I'm a taxpayer myself. But you probably getting internet off a little Obama phone or something. So it's all good. So you know what you can do? You can get through life by getting blocked off my channel. 24-hour timeout. EBT card. Exactly. GTA 6 got delayed. You got that fool. Your point, GTA 6 got delayed, you goddamn fool. Oh, okay. I'm a fool, huh? So it looks like you the one sitting up playing a game that promotes violence and everything like that. And the reason why, and you wonder why the communities are messed up the way they are right now. So you know what? So you the fool sitting up there playing a game that pretty much advocates and gratifies or glorifies violence. So you the actual fool. Hmm. EBT is a value program. Some with lousy parents get to eat. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Yeah, that is so true. Eating real good too. They eating real good off them EBT cards. It's crazy, man. Eating better than people with full-time jobs. They eating better than people with full-time jobs. Go figure. what is okay. Let me answer this question from Top G about stoicism, being stoic, in other words. You know, um, yeah, you could I feel like with stoicism, if you I feel like all good things come to those who wait. I feel like, but you of course you have to put in the work if if you're willing to achieve something. But if you go through, if you're courageous, and if you have wisdom and you apply those things to your life, everything you ever want in life is going to come to you just by and you're gonna receive blessings in abundance, and you also going to appreciate that, Ottoman. I appreciate that. May God bless you as well. Um, don't lose your hope in God, and you will reach everything you want. Greetings from a Muslim, and have a good day. Um, appreciate that, Ottoman. You have a good one as well. Appreciate you. That was appreciate the words of encouragement, and and everything like that. Yeah, I have a lot of good people. I got the trolls, and I got the trolls in here, but I also have good people like y'all in here. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate y'all. So the Stoics believed that the universe operated according to reason or logos, providing a unified account of the world constructed from ideals of rational discourse, monistic physics, and naturalists. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, um, so basically, yeah, so you gotta use your logic, you gotta use wisdom, and you got to use these things. You have to use these you have to be rational in order to get through life. You know what I'm saying? And you also have to be, I feel like people who are stoic are usually people who are able to keep their emotions in check, even if the world, you know um even when you think about, like, for instance, with the trolls that's coming into this live stream, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just respond to them like, I play chess, not checkers, with them. In other words, a lot of them come in here and they try to, I guess they try to invoke emotional response out of people. But if you remain stoic and you just kind of just use your you know what I'm saying, you don't really get emotional, and you don't have that emotional, like, response. Like this idiot right here, Paul Johnson, says you ain't that smart, bro. Well, I'm smart enough to sit up there and laugh at you. You know what I'm saying? For coming in here and projecting your misery from, on somebody you don't even know, because you don't even know me. So, but carry on. See? You know what I'm saying? Like, that's it's funny. It's funny. I'm sorry to hear that, AZ Hunter 25. Can you pray for me? I am 19 and my parents died in an accident 4 years ago, and I'm just lost in life. I don't know what's left in me, man. I'm sorry to hear that, AZ Hunter 25. I'm gonna pray for you. I'm sorry to hear that about your parents. Um, yeah, uh, bro, I'm sorry to hear that. I don't know what I'll be able to tell you that's gonna help. That's gonna help comfort you as far as coping with that loss. Um, the best thing I could tell you is you're 19, so I don't know if you're in school right now, if you know, yeah, I don't know, but or if you're in college or whatever the case may be, or if you're working, whatever it is that you're doing right now in your life. Um, what the best thing I can really suggest, if you, let's just say you're working, let's just say you working, you need to take it as much time away from whatever it is to get your mind and to get your mind back in the right place, because dealing with something like that is not easy, and it's going to take a long time to cope with it, because you never really get over anything like that. I don't think you ever really get over it, but you can at least try to heal the best way and cope with it the best way you can. And it's this is something that you know I don't know, it's crazy. Just find you something. Like for me, with my vlogging, I found I dealt with multiple deaths in the family, in my own family, and I had to go to therapy. So I would definitely recommend therapy. Um and going to go to a professional and talk to them as much as you feel necessary, and go from there, you know, and then find something that's going to make you happy, and that's going to keep you at peace. Yeah, I'm not responding anymore, Top G. I'm not responding. I mean, been doing a lot of timing out. And like I said, I usually do ignore them, but one thing about it, back to what I was saying about emotional control, emotional self-control. That's very important. And I feel like this emotional self-control is what's going to keep a lot of people out of trouble, legally, um, and spiritually. Like, a lot of people, unfortunately, you got a lot of our brothers out here that's crashing out because they don't have any type of emotional self-control. Like, that's why a lot of our brothers out here crashing out, and a lot of them out here, incarcerated and behind bars and stuff like that. It's crazy to think about, but that's the reality of the situation. So, yeah, you know, what you think about that, Top G? What you think about that? Because, um, you know, I feel like a lot of times, and I think a problem with a lot of the world is that even when you think about, some of the most miserable people, they are definitely, they're not living within harmony with the world, with the universe. You know what I'm saying? They're not living. They don't have any type of alignment with, with the universe and with the natural elements of the universe. If that makes any sense, they're not tapped in with nature, and that's a problem with a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? They don't have. There's no spiritual alignment. It's just nothing but they're overtaken by this demonic force field. So yeah, like that's what's gonna keep us out. Hey Krishna, how you doing? What's your take on people like the creator of the Blue Whale game who manipulated teenagers and drove them to kill themselves because he believed desperate people are biological waste? Now, honestly, Top G, I'm not familiar with that. Yeah, I don't really know anything about it, but from what it looks like, that's really messed up. Yeah, that's really screwed up. I've never didn't know anything about that. Let me read that again. He believed desperate people are biological waste. Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. I gotta read up more on that. Like, I gotta read up more on that. But it's just crazy that there's people like that exist in the universe, man. Blue whale game. Yeah, I just looked that up. Top G. That's wild. But that's dangerous though. That's dangerous. That's crazy. And see, they were getting teenagers like it seemed like a lot of those teenagers were like a bunch of Generation Z. We're talking mid to late 2010. So these are like a lot of Gen Zers, a lot of Gen Z. And it's like, they're very much, it's just crazy. You use social media, something. Welcome to the live, Brown. What the heck? Anyway, yeah, yeah, it's messed up that they use social media, which is a tool that a lot of these Gen Zers, especially Gen Z, to me, from what I take from it, is that they're targeting the younger generation, the ones that are a lot less experienced, a lot more, I guess, malleable, and you know and they take advantage of these young individuals, and it's like they use social because they know these kids are going to be on the internet, and they're very vulnerable. And it's even like when you think about I remember a long time they had TikTokers. They had these they use TikTok. They have them doing these, they had this set your fire how set yourself on fire challenge. They have all these challenges for these kids, and they know these a lot of these kids don't really have a lot of guidance from their parents, because their parents aren't monitoring their social media use. They're on social media all the time. Remember that fire? They had a challenge where the kids were, you know, setting themselves on fire, and next thing you know, you have kids that do it. They think it's cool because it's a trend online, and their their insatiable appetite for being viral and all this other stuff. They end up, you know what I'm saying, setting themselves on fire, end up taking themselves out. And now it's like you have to be, yeah, he is the worst kind of criminal for sure, because this is methodical. This is methodical. This is like, this isn't done on accident, you know. You know what I'm saying? This isn't done on accident. It's bad enough that a lot of these kids, a lot of these kids don't even know, they don't have any type of skills, man. They don't have any type of skills, or they don't really know much of any, they don't know. A lot of them, like, they don't have, the reading skills, math skills, and they're not really learning anything in school, but they're learning a lot of stuff on social media, which isn't a good thing, because it's like it's this vortex that they're attached to, that they're addicted to. you know these kids aren't learning any like life skills, really, how to really be able to survive in the world. And yeah, you know what I'm saying. So when you have stuff like this, it's just this blue whale challenge. It's crazy, man. Exactly, Robin. Got to empower your kids to teach, teach, and teach. See, when I was a kid, and I'm the generation before Gen Z. I'm a millennial. I'm a millennial. So, um, it was like, for one, when I was a teenager, you know, social media was, I won't say there was no social media, but social media was in its infancy. We didn't really know much about social media when I was a teenager. You know what I'm saying? That was before Facebook. And that was like when YouTube was in its early stages. Like, that's how old I am. Like, I remember YouTube. There was a time, this is before we could even do what I'm doing right now, which is live stream. YouTube was just, you can upload a video, and that's it. So like, but even if you go even back further than that, when I was like in my early childhood, the internet was barely a thing. So when you really think of it, bro, like, we didn't have stuff like this to distract us. Our parents emphasized reading a book. Our parents emphasized us going out. Like, we were outside cutting grass. We was outside learning stuff, learning how to, how to survive on our own one day. Cause it was like, and this is our grandparents, our parents, and even some of the older people teaching us these things. Cause they always told, cause their whole philosophy was that at one point in time, these are going to be, this the next generation. These are going to be kids. They're going to grow up one day and have to be able to do these things for themselves. So it's a different era in regards to the priorities and the values and everything like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it was just, if you would have told me, and yeah, Robin says 60s and 70s for me, so born in 57. Okay. Okay, shout out. Yeah. Shout out to you. Now, Robin, let me ask you this. Like, let me ask you this. If somebody would have told you way back then, right, that we would be in a situation where, you know, we'll have kids being glued to phones and basically being raised by the internet and being able to go online and be influenced by by complete strangers. By this, you probably would have, if somebody would have told you this a long time ago, like back in, let's say, the 70s and the 80s or something like that, that this will be the future, you probably would be like, nah, but this don't even seem like, it don't even seem conceivable. But here we are. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, it's challenges all over the internet. See, again, we it's not, education is not emphasized as much nowadays that like it was back when we was growing up. It's just not. It's not, you know. Yeah, that exactly. Teenagers don't have a strong moral framework. That's the loophole he found in the teen's mom. Yep, exactly. See, he saw that. He saw that there's no morals within, you know, that's not, those things are emphasized, and he came in and exploited these kids. He exploited these teenagers. And that's just the crazy thing about it. It's really messed up, bro. It's really crazy, man. There's no way I would believe any of that or where our country would end up. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I know that's right. I know that's right. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro. To even think this would, that the world, that our country would end up being the way it is now is just insane. Philosophy should be taught in every school. Yeah. MLK. Does that say MLK? Angela Davis? Yeah. Philosophy should be taught in schools. I definitely agree. There needs to be a total, as far as the education system, it needs to be dismantled and rebuilt all over again. That's how I look at it. That's just my opinion. Like what's being taught now is not working. It's not working. It's not. These kids aren't. They're not learning anything of substance. They're not learning anything of substance. When you look at it, and another thing, y'all, I want to also point out. This is something that I've observed. I've observed this a lot, even when it comes to YouTube. Right now, think of it like this: YouTube, social media as a whole, but specifically YouTube. Let's focus on YouTube for a second, right? If you look at certain videos, if it's something, okay, if it's something, let's just say something of educational value, something of high educational value, that doesn't get as much viewership as something where, you know, people are doing something crazy for views. For instance, like let's say somebody's on TikTok or somebody's on YouTube or whatever, doing something completely lacking morals, something that's completely just something that's completely stupid, brainless, mindless, that gets millions of views. That gets millions of views. But something that's educational, of high value, of high educational value, they don't get a lot of they don't get a lot of people to view. They don't get a lot of views, I should say. And it's crazy. Like, it goes to show you that education isn't valued anymore in a grand scale. And the attention span of these kids when it comes to education is very limited. Yeah, Robin, that's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. That's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah. It's just pure mayhem. Just everywhere you turn in this country is mayhem. Is mayhem, man. Like, and the only thing we could do is just, I don't know, be aware of it, but at the same time, it's like, you know, it's just, yeah, it's crazy. Just be aware of it, but yeah, I'm good, Albert. How are you doing today? Or this, or shoot, it's almost midnight. Well, it's after midnight if you're on the East Coast. It's almost midnight here in the Central Time in Alabama. Kids are watching the mayhem. Yeah, they are. Them is unfolding. Yeah, I know. I know, Robin. There's some crazies in here tonight. It's yeah. I just like yeah. But yeah, you're right about that. Top G. People see philosophy as outdated. Education is like learning something, like learning things of substance. It's just something that is like not really appreciated by a lot of people now. Like we have too much brainless and mindless activity that floods the internet, floods the airwaves, and we have a whole generation that's being influenced by it, and it's unfortunate. But yeah, man, I don't know. Wow, but man, we reached our we I reached my 3 hour mark. Hey, when I say I got on YouTube and got on this live stream and was thinking, you know, like I was like when I initially got on, I was like, man, this is dry. But now it turned out to be a very, very good live stream, very insightful, you know. How can we cultivate moral intuition in children so they can recognize manipulation and harmful instructions? Um, that's a really good question, Top G. Uh, honestly, uh, if you ask me, we have to start by really, for one, okay. Let me say this: we have to make it to where reading. We have to make, cause see, look, here's the thing: kids like to follow trends. That's one thing about children. Children are kids and teenagers and all of them. They're very much trend. They like to they see something, they see a bunch of their friends doing it, or they see a bunch of other kids doing it, then they think it's cool. Well, we need to make it. It needs to be made to where education is cool, not just from just going to school, not just from a school standpoint going to school, just reading, and it needs to be. And it starts with the parents. It starts with the parents. The parents have to, these individuals who's having kids, and I use the word parents loosely. Parents need to be parents. Let's start there. And a lot of them aren't being parents, aren't being really good parents. But it starts there. It all starts in the household. But there needs to be a foundation that's being laid. And there needs to be, and it needs to be, if we're going to let these kids use the internet, or if we're going to give them access to the internet, which in my opinion, these kids really shouldn't have that access to the internet, because it's poisoning their brains, the type of material that's out there on the internet. That's number one. But yeah. But number two is that, yeah, you need it needs to be, if not completely removed, if not completely taken away from the kids, there needs to be severe limitations on their access to uh these tablets, the internet, all of this type of stuff. And it needs to be books. There needs to be tools for learning. They need to learn, these things before they even go into the schools. Before they even get put into the schools, they need to learn how to read, write. You know what I'm saying? As much as they possibly can, because I know, when you're 3, 4, 5 years old, there's only so much that they can learn at that age before they become school age. But try to at least introduce them to reading. You introduce them to reading. Introduce, like, there needs to be that emphasis. There needs to be emphasis put on these type of things, because once I know, when my mom was real big on this. My mom used to read to me every night before I went to bed. She did this for me and my older sister. She used to read books to us every night before we went to bed. It was Dr. Seuss, mostly Cat in the Hat, basically Dr. Seuss books. That was like my intro to reading. And then, the more and more I started reading, the more, like, I became hooked to it. Basically, I became hooked. I became hooked on it, and, like, to the point where, like, I used to just gravitate towards books, gravitate towards anything that was educational, that anything that I can learn something new. I just became So these things need to be introduced to the kids at an early age, and get them, and get them out of and these kids need to spend time. They need to spend time interacting with nature and all these other things. It's just like it. And oh yeah, Top G, you said that religion is good to create a solid moral framework. Absolutely, religion, that's another way of looking at it too. You know what I'm saying? There needs to be a foundation for sure. It needs to be emphasized. You know what I'm saying? My brother would come home high. My mom chase him down, crack the Bible, and tell him read. Wow. Yeah, but yeah, definitely. And but look, there needs to be. I can understand why she did that, because I can understand that because like, coming home high. I know that really, like, that was really alarming, and to your mom, and no, it pissed her off, but also to, like, to get him the Bible. That was just her way of, I guess, doing some type. That was her intervention. That's an intervention. Sometimes we need that when we seem like we're going down the wrong path. But yeah, do unto others. My parents raised me on that saying. Yeah, do unto others as you want, do unto you, for real. But yeah, it needs to be there needs to be emphasis put on reading though. What was this? Is it Shinryu? Hope I pronounced that correctly. Where are you from? I'm from Alabama. I live in Alabama. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate you for stopping by this live stream. But yeah, y'all. But I'm gonna go ahead and get on up off here. I've been on here for 3 hours. Y'all, I appreciate everything. I know I said I was gonna get off a long time ago, but yeah, we get into these conversations that are very, very insightful. And and I appreciate the conversations that you know that you guys you know bring forth and everything like that. And Top G, we definitely got to chop it up some more moving forward, because this is a really good live stream with the what we were talking about. Um, you know, but yeah, can early discussions about life, death, personal value help children resist harmful ideologies like the ones promoted by Blue Whale? Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. You know, there needs to be one thing about it. There needs to be what needs to be instilled in these kids, and again, it all starts with the parents. The parents need to instill personal value. They need to instill like morals and instill like self-worth. Like you like these parents, or these so-called parents, a lot of times, because again, I use the word parent loosely. If you're not teaching your kids anything, then you're not really a parent. You're just basically somebody with a kid. You know what I'm saying? You just somebody with a child. Like parent, you gotta earn the title of parent. You gotta earn the title of mother or father. So like if you're not teaching your kids anything, you're not really a parent. You're just somebody who happened to lay down and you know have a kid. And that's what's lacking. It all starts at home. If the parents if the parents don't teach these kids anything, why is it that society, why is it that you got to teach your kids before you expect the rest of society to deal with them, and you have to instill in them morals, and you have to instill in them that you know things like that, and also instill in them accountability. If you don't do X, Y, and Z, then there's consequences for your actions. They have to be held accountable. And the more and more those type of things are instilled in them, then they'll know how to navigate through the world. They'll know how to navigate, and they know, look, I was told that there'd be consequences, so I better not do that. You know what I'm saying? That's all it is. You know. So when those things are, if those things are, then these kids won't be falling into those blue whale traps. If the parents are being parents and actually actually teach these kids something. I appreciate you, Robin. I appreciate that. I added you, felt your humanity from the get-go in your travel vlogs. Spirit washed all over me. I had to check you out. I appreciate you and your kindness. I gotta go sleep. Yeah, I appreciate that, Robin. I appreciate that very much so. Thanks for checking my thanks for checking out the live stream and subscribing to the channel. And hope to see you again soon in the lives or in the videos, whichever the case may be. But you have a good night. And you as well, Top G. You have a good night as well. About to sign out, but yeah, we had a really great discussion, y'all. So see you guys on the next one. Peace.